The Tales of Old Icilion, Episode 0. Icilion, a brief history. Icilion, the world in which my tales of dark fantasy take place. It is the planet that holds many continents, all with their own unique twist and flair, home to all manner of magical secrets, ancient horrors, and many different forms of life. Originally, this world is based off my own Dungeons & Dragons campaign, and I'm still currently running to this day, but I'm transforming it into my own dark fantasy novel for all of you to enjoy. But what is Icilion? Why should you be interested? Well, of course, if you are a fan of the fantasy/dark fantasy genre, then this book is for you. And this podcast series may very well be for you if you're interested in a more audio format and listen to me explain the world in more detail. But what if you wish to learn more before I publish the novel in a physical format? Well, here on this podcast, you'll be able to listen to me narrate and detail lore about my world, even short stories that I have written that fill out and flavour the world, and build your interest, of course. And that's where we're going to begin today. The world's lore, a brief outlook on all the different continents, what they're about, and, well, building your interest, shall we say. So, let us begin. Icilion, a world that harbours many secrets, many different peoples, races, creeds, beliefs. A fantastical world that seems to battle itself, but also seems to progress, waxing and waning every few years. On this planet there are many different continents and countries, some who have allied under one banner of the Arid Empire, others that remain independent and lost in time, and one stuck in a medieval age of kingdom, chivalry and civil war. That's where we'll start. The kingdoms of Thymesia. This country is split into 6 different kingdoms, all having their own personal agendas, beliefs and heraldry. Some loyal friends, other bitter rivals. Thymesia is made from its large open plains, vast forests and rolling hills and open valleys. It is a beautiful country where each kingdom harbours a pocket of this beautiful landscape. I shall explain the kingdoms in detail in subsequent episodes, but for now, the kingdoms are as follows. The beating heart of Thymesia, the kingdom of Valpen, with the heraldry of the Pegasus, its land's own sacred creature, which they breed and use for their winged knights. It is the centre of Thymesia, surrounded by the other 5 kingdoms. It is considered the neutral grounds by the other kingdoms, having no indifference to any of the other kingdoms of Thymesia, having no civil wars. But the king and queen of Valpen, Anton and Amy Valpen, seem to harbour a stronger relationship with their southwestern allies of the Kingdom of Lochwin. The Kingdom of Lochwin is the most shrouded in mystery of all the kingdoms. It is said it is the home of sorcery and magic in Thymesia, due to it being built upon an ancient elven city. Mist swallows the lake-ridden kingdom, and some have even said that the magics there predate humanity's existence on this very earth, to a time when elves ruled Icilion before the disappearance. To the north of Lochwin lies the kingdom of Foxton, the kingdom of the religion in Thymesia, the home of the Cathadris de Exaticato. There they try to spread the worship of their own god, the divine. Foxton has a bitter relationship with Lochwin, but that is a story for another time. For now, Foxton is the home of the zealots of the human-driven continent. It is there that they practice sacred rituals and religious traditions. Other kingdoms have not accepted this religion as of yet, but Foxton is trying its hardest. To the east, we have Ibeath and Mayamore, a kingdom that used to be one, now split in twain by 2 feuding brothers. One brother, dubbing himself the Blazing Bull, rules Ibeath with an iron fist. He harbours a strong resentment towards the lesser peoples of Thymesia, dwarves, half-elves, the stout halflings and gnomes, forcing them into positions of slavery and servitude. The other brother, the Gilded Lion, is a kind man, seeking to do right by his peoples of Mayamore. Acting as a border between the 2 countries, Thymesia and the desert southern neighbours of the Arid Empire. Finally, the Walls of the Winter Woes. The story of the Winter Woes is only told by those that are sent there to that icy barren. Perhaps one day you'll be lucky to hear such a woeful tale. Bordering Thymesia is the southern continent of the Arid Empire. It is a vast open desert with dotted oases and large rivers that stretch out to the sea. It is under a united banner of the empire, ruled by its empress, Zephone Arid. There are many races that live within this desert region of the empire, the dominant race being the Chaetonin, a colour palette race of horned, hoofed and tailed and winged people. There are also the cat-like people of the Nithias, and the jackal-like race of the Vedan. The empire borders do not stop here in the desert. There are other countries that live underneath the banner of the empire, such as the jungles of Kopresh and the isolated islands of Vosmana. Then finally, there is the secret independent nation of Seraphin, a home to an unusual race of rabbit-like folk called the Seraphilians, a Feywild-like home shrouded in mystery and an island that still isn't marked on many adventurers' maps to this day. All of these nations and countries and continents have a wide history and many different stories to tell within them, some involving each other. I know this is a huge undertaking for all of you to listen to, and if you've reached the end of this audio narrative, then I hope you stick around for my next episode, The Kingdoms of Thymesia, Valpin, a History. Icilion is a world I'm still currently working on to this day, and I cannot wait to see it expand. I have this D&D campaign I'm currently running with my friends and my other half, which we are currently trying to build together, and using their ideas which I will be crediting in this story. So hopefully you and I can see this world being built together, and I can't wait to see what the finished project looks like. Thank you for listening, and see you next time.